Welcome to Your City at Work. I'm your host, Elisa Hines. Block 34 is a location 1 block off of Stillwater's Main Street between 8th and 9th Streets. It's a type of urban planning to create a community space that is functional, affordable, and sustainable. It's hoped to improve the quality of life in Stillwater while enhancing economic development potential. The first thing built on the location was a unique wind turbine designed by local artists. A protective fence was built around it that recently went from drab to cheery, all in a day. What was plain and white is now quite colorful and delightful to look at. It's the fence on the corner of Block 34 surrounding the wind turbine. Vicki Berry is with the Block 34 Citizen Task Force and says it was designed and painted by 2 local artists, Yadika Fields and Puya Jahanshahi.
Yadika Fields was brought in with the rest of the design team to create the concept for this total installation. So the fence, the wind turbine, and the potential sculptures. And so he and Puya were actually at a dinner with these students in which they had the discussion about color schemes. And the colors that are on the wind turbine, Yadika said that these are the native colors, the color palette for his tribe, I believe the Osage Nation, that you see a lot in their artwork. So that's why that color was put on the wind turbine. So it represents symbolically different things. And we wanted to bring in our local culture, local community. We wanted to have that combination of goals and civic pride and being part of a community that Yadika could bring. And then Puya brought in kind of the international flair, the Persian characters that are woven into this based on, everything is about energy. So we are tying into the wind turbine.
And Fields says it should be seen as fun.
It's kind of in this open space that's meant to be very welcoming and meant to be easygoing. And so I kind of want to add that kind of ambience to the piece. Easygoing, welcoming, colorful, but just kind of give this space something new to kind of help facilitate the movement that it's asking for and needing. Of course, above it you have the new windmill that's placed here. Working with the guys here that put it up, we came about with the color palette that should go on it. And then going from that, we kind of looked at what the shapes of those propellers should look like as well. So, I'm kind of taking the inspiration of the clouds behind it and then those forms moving, and then bring it further down. Then you have this kind of, base of kind of awesomeness color. It's almost like a plant. So it's like that's the vase, and then it's kind of going up. And I know we've all seen colorful vases before. So it's setting the tone for something that's, creating power and energy, but also creating a new space for this park.
Fields' work is often described with words like color, momentum, and movement, which is a perfect description and what this piece is all about.
It's really quite fascinating because if you go all the way around, it's like there's small vignettes of different ideas and they're all blended together. And the idea was to activate it with color and motion because that emulates the movement of the wind turbine and the idea of energy. We may be aware that native cultures connect with the ground, the earth, fire, wind, water, these natural elements, and we have a lot of that history we want to pay homage to.
And Barry wants people to stop and admire the artwork.
We hope everyone will come out and do selfies and post it. That's really what we'd like to see happening because it's really kind of fun, and we'll be identified, that this is downtown Stillwater.
So whether you see it as an art project in 3D or a flower in a colorful vase, the southwest corner of Block 34 is artfully turning a bland space into a showpiece. The wind turbine fence project was funded completely with donations, including the artist's time and materials. And that's what the Block 34 Citizen Task Force is trying to do with all of Block 34's projects. They are still working on their conceptual plan to develop the rest of the area. But one aspect needed the most to make their concept sustainable is funding and finding a philanthropist or 2 to help with construction projects. The City Council created and entrusted the task force with finding an outside funding source to develop the area. Now, if you'd like to help with funding Block 34 projects to create an attractive public space, contact Pat Zimmerman at the email address on your screen. You've been watching Your City at Work. I'm Elisa Hines. Thanks for watching. See you next time.